The heat in Shanghai was different from Melbourne. Thicker, busier, the air hummed with noise, fans, engines, unmistakable chaos of the Chinese Grand Prix weekend at the Shanghai International Circuit. The 5 Slytherins stood on the edge of the paddock once again, all dressed like they belonged there. Expensive black clothing, dark sunglasses, and the quiet confidence of people who had never once in their lives been told no. Draco Malfoy held a glossy race program like it had personally offended him.
I still maintain that if they had simply enchanted the machines, half their problems would disappear.
Theo not glanced at the page he was reading.
Apparently last week, 3 of the top drivers crashed.
Matteo leaned over his shoulder.
Which ones?
Theo read aloud.
Kimi Antonelli, Max Verstappen, and Oscar Piastri.
Lorenzo winced.
All in one race.
Theo nodded thoughtfully.
These new cars appear volatile.
All the drivers are.
Blaise smirked. They began walking through the paddock with the air of men who absolutely belonged there despite understanding approximately 40% of what was happening. Mechanics rushed past carrying tires. Engineers spoke rapidly into headsets. Large screens displayed timing data that looked suspiciously like complicated arithmancy. Matteo pointed at one.
That's clearly a spell chart.
It's telemetry.
Theo corrected.
How do you know?
I don't, but it sounds correct.
They stopped outside a sleek silver garage, marked with the star of Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team. Draco tilted his head.
This one appears organized.
Blaise smirked.
That's because the man running it is terrifying.
As if summoned by the comment, a tall figure in a black Mercedes shirt stepped out of the garage speaking to an engineer. Toto Wolff. He stopped mid-conversation when he noticed 5 extremely polished strangers standing just outside the garage, studying everything with unsettling intensity. Toto looked them up and down.
Can I help you?
Draco smiled politely.
We're conducting research.
Toto blinked.
For what?
Theo answered calmly.
Seasonal infiltration.
There was a pause. Matteo coughed.
I think he meant observation.
Toto studied them for a long moment.
Right.
Inside the garage, mechanics round a silver car that looked like it belonged in a museum of very expensive weapons. A young driver sat on a stool nearby talking with engineers. Kimi Antonelli. Matteo immediately leaned toward him.
You're the one starting in pole position.
Antonelli looked up.
Hello to you too.
Draco examined the car.
These machines appear fragile.
Antonelli laughed.
They're actually incredibly strong.
Matteo raised an eyebrow.
3 of you crashed last week.
Antonelli shrugged.
Okay, fair point.
Another driver walked in from the back of the garage, still in his race suit. George Russell. He stopped when he recognized them.
Oh, paddock philosophers from Melbourne.
Blaise smiled smoothly.
We prefer strategists.
George glanced at the group.
So what's the verdict? Still think brooms are better?
Yes.
Draco replied immediately. Theo added thoughtfully.
However, the speed is impressive.
Matteo pointed to the car.
We're trying to understand how to get involved.
George blinked.
Involved? How?
Matteo shrugged.
Ownership, driving, possibly sabotage.
There was silence. Theo cleared his throat.
Hypothetically.
Across the garage, Toto Wolff was now watching the entire interaction with the expression of a man trying to determine if these people were extremely wealthy sponsors or completely insane. He walked over slowly.
You 5 seem very interested in Formula One.
Draco nodded.
We are considering following the season.
Strategically.
Theo added calmly. Toto folded his arms.
You planning to buy a team?
Matteo grinned.
That's option 3.
George looked between them.
What were the first 2?
Infiltration.
Lorenzo answered casually. Antonelli nearly choked laughing. Outside, an engine screamed to life on the circuit. The sound echoed through the garage. The Slytherins all turned toward the pit exit. Even Draco looked slightly impressed now. Theo murmured thoughtfully.
If we were to infiltrate.
Blaise smirked.
We'd start with hospitality.
Matteo grinned.
I still want to drive one.
George shook his head.
Absolutely not.
Draco watched the car rocket down the straight.
Perhaps just a small test.
Toto rubbed the bridge of his nose. Something told him the Formula One season was about to become significantly more complicated.